the sheet of paper already, or we printed them. Okay, and remember, you owe me vocabulary tomorrow. So whether you print it from the internet, or whether you write it in your notes, or whether you make flashcards, you have to show them to me. Okay, but now we're on the skeletal system. Okay, and we're going to read it, and we're going to take some notes. So I'm going to move my paper aside so we can read. It says, and the one thing I want you to know about science notes is we never write incomplete sentences. We always write 2 to 4 words, try to put it in our own words of what the idea of that paragraph was, because we don't ever want to plagiarize, and we want to make sure that we really understand it in our own language. So as we read, we'll just stop and say, okay, what was important, and we'll put some words down. The hard structures within our bodies are part of the skeletal system, which provides support, protection, and movement. So there's some information in that sentence, and we have to ask ourselves, what's important? Okay, and I think that what's important is that we're talking about, it mentioned that it was hard structures within our bodies are part of the skeletal system. So on my notes, I'm going to put hard structures. And if you remember, oh, and I should be writing in my pencil by now. Sorry, this should be in pencil, because I only put my title in red, and then I take my notes in pencil so that if I want to erase or change something, I can. Okay, so we know that when we're talking about the skeletal system, we're talking about hard structures. Okay, let's keep reading and see what it said. It said, which provide support, protection, and movement. All right, so that seems pretty important. So we're going to write, it supports, it protects, and moves. It helps with movement. Alright, that's only my first sentence of this paragraph. So I need to keep reading and say, alright, press your wrist, ankle, knee, or elbow. Press on them. Do you feel something hard under your skin? You are feeling a bone, a hard tissue made mostly of cells, collagen, and calcium. So remember, that was one of our vocabulary words, so we already have it down. A bone is hard tissue made mostly of cells, collagen, and calcium. So we really don't have to write that again. But again, it's a hard structure which fits with the skeletal system in our notes. Collagen is a protein that forms strong fibers. Well, we might need to know that, because I know what cells are, but maybe I don't know what collagen is. So I'm going to write collagen and put that collagen is a protein. So it equals a protein, or it is a protein. Remember, the symbol in math for is an equal sign. So that's kind of my shorthand. So collagen is a protein, and it forms strong fibers. So I'm going to put strong makes. Actually, I'm going to change this and put another bullet point, because I never want more than 2 to 4 words in a little bullet point so that I'm not plagiarizing. So I'm going to say collagen makes strong fibers. Okay, and let's keep reading. And we say calcium is a mineral that adds strength to the collagen fibers. Okay, calcium is a mineral that adds strength to the collagen fibers. So I probably want to say something about that. So I'm going to say calcium. And remember, I want to put it in my own words, so we have to realize what it's saying to us. Well, calcium is helping the collagen, and it's adding strength to those fibers. So I'm going to put calcium helps collagen add strength. Okay, and that's a little bit longer than my 4 words, but it's okay. Now I'm going to read my next sentence. The human body has over 200 bones that make up the skeleton, as shown in figure 1. So there's our picture of a skeleton, and we say that it has over 200 bones. So I'm just going to put the skeletal system, 200 plus bones. That's a lot, okay? Now, if I'm done with this paragraph, so I'm going to go turn to the next spot, and I say, oh look, I got a blue heading now. So I can either take a highlighter and highlight it blue, or I can find myself a blue pen or a blue marker, and I can say my next title is Functions of the Skeletal System. And I'm going to write functions. Now, what it is The skeletal system is our main heading, and we've taken all sorts of main notes about the skeletal system, but now we're going to specifically talk about the functions of that system. So this is kind of like a little subheading. The blue one is a subheading to the red one. So we're going to say functions, or you could say functions of the skeletal system. Okay, and again, we're going to take bullet point notes. So we're going to read through it and take some notes. So we have, if you look at bones, you'll probably notice that they have different sizes and shapes. The surface of bones are not smooth. You'll see bumps, edges, round ends, rough spots, and many pits and holes where blood vessels and nerves enter and leave. Bones have many small open spaces, so they are not too heavy to move. These features allow the bones to perform all of their functions. Okay, so I've read one paragraph. There's a lot of information in there. I have to go back and say, okay, I want to focus on functions. Well, this first paragraph didn't really tell me about functions. What it told me was that features allow the bones to perform all their functions. And then it gave me all sorts of features and information. So I probably want to put that and then list some of the features. So I'm going to say certain features allow the bones to function. And now let's talk about the features that we read. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to kind of reread it again. And say, all right, the surfaces of bones are not smooth. Well, okay, I could write that if I could run it. I could say bones aren't smooth. Okay. Bones not smooth. And then I have to keep reading. And I have to say, okay, so they're not smooth. You'll see bumps, edges, round ends, rough spots, and many pits and holes. Okay, so let's see. Rough spots. What else did it tell us? Bumps. Round ends. You could list them all. Many pits. Okay, and it says the important thing to this is not only is that what it is, they're not smooth, they have these rough spots, they have these bumps, they have these round edges, they have edges. It's that these are where the blood vessels and nerves enter and leave. So blood vessels and nerves are coming into and leaving the bone. So we want to write that. So we want to say these things up there, all those things that we just listed, those are where the blood vessels